want to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I'll set you apart. Tell me your secrets and ask me your questions. Oh, let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming up tails, heads on a silence apart.
Nobody said it was easy.
It's such a shame for us to part.
Nobody said it was easy.
No one ever said it would be so hard. Oh, take me back to the start.
I was just guessing at numbers and figures, pulling the puzzles apart. Questions of science, science and progress, must speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Oh, when I rush to the start, running in circles, chasing our tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. I'm going back to the start. Nobody said it was easy. Oh, 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 oh. Nobody says it was easy. Oh, oh, oh. Nobody says it was easy. Oh, oh, oh. Nobody says it was easy.
Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back before the cool done run out. I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate.
No more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Ooh.
Hey, hey, hey.
Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and man, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love.
Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be
Love,
loved.
love, 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 love. So I won't
da ba da ba da ba ba da ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 da
Way too long, checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards just to try to see clearer, but my breath fogged up the glass, so I drew her face and I laughed.
I guess what I'd be saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do. Our name is our virtue, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. I won't
Open up your mind, see like me. Open up your plans and make your free. Listen to your heart and you'll find the sky is yours. So please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't hate.
Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours.
Ra-ba-ba-da-doo-da, do-do-do-do-do-do. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
I'm yours.
Good morning again. Welcome. My name is Kelly Minerath. I'm the Executive Director of the Alexander Education Foundation, and I have the privilege of being your MC. On behalf of the Foundation Board of Directors, I'm so happy to welcome you to the 17th Annual Hall of Fame induction. Today, we come together to induct our next class of inductees into the Alumni Hall of Fame, celebrating the legacy of achievement of four very special individuals: John Anderson, Tom Haugen, Merle Skip Hall, and Pat Ellingson. I want to take a moment and say thank you to the carolers for coming and performing for us this morning. Let's give them a round of applause. And before we begin our program, let's take some time to give thanks for our fellowship. I invite Michael Tisserand, 2017 Hall of Fame inductee, to come forward to give the invocation.
Good morning, and thank you for this great honor. To our Creator, for so many of us, it is a life's work to find our path of knowledge, of hope, and of love. For a select few of us, it is also a life's work to help our children find their paths. We give thanks for the work of our teachers and for those who support them. And to honor this work, I offer these words from the great Minnesota poet Bob Dylan. May your hands always be busy, may your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young. To that I can only add amen.
Thank you, Michael. At this time, please welcome Angie Krebs, Chair of the Alexandria Public School Board of Education.
Good morning. My name is Angie Krebs, and I have the pleasure of serving as the chair of the Alexandria School Board.
Or lean into it. It's kind of quiet, sorry.
That's right. The mission of Alexandria Public Schools is to achieve excellence in education and to inspire a lifelong passion for learning. To accomplish this, we need champions of our mission. One of these vital champions is the Alexandria Education Foundation. We appreciate the leadership and the vision that the Education Foundation brings to our community, with such things as funding Teachers Innovative Classroom grants and securing Adopt a Classroom sponsors. Over 4,000 students, preschool through 12th grade, are impacted each year through classroom innovation grants that they have funded. This means more opportunities and enhanced learning experiences for students in every school building across our district. We value this long-standing partnership, and we are grateful for the support that the Education Foundation provides our students, teachers, and schools. To all of you who are investing in the Education Foundation and helping to fulfill our district's mission, I sincerely thank you on behalf of the Alexandria School Board, our staff, and most especially our students. It's my privilege to continue on with the presentation of the annual ACE Award on behalf of Alexandria Public Schools. The ACE Award stands for A Champion in Education. This annual award recognizes individuals in the Alexandria School District who support public education through advocacy, partnership, service, or donation of resources. Contributions may occur in a single year or over a span of several years. Champions are selected for their deeds and accomplishments that have a significant and positive impact on the students of Alexandria Public Schools. Honorees receive an individual engraved award, and the names of ACE Award recipients are displayed on a wall plaque at the District Welcome Center. It gives me great pleasure today to announce this year's Champion of Education, Molly Haugen. Over several years, Molly has devoted countless hours to enhancing our students' educational experiences. Here are a few areas that she has impacted across our school district. Leading several groups of junior grade books annually since 2018, serving as the Voyager Elementary Parent Advisory Council chairperson, yearbook volunteer, and photo day volunteer for several years, serving on the Superintendent's Parent Advisory Council, volunteering on the Voyager Elementary Site Team to advocate support for the 2019 operating levy, serving on the Alexandria Education Foundation Board since 2021, participating in Parent Principal Connect at Discovery Middle School and contributing innovative ideas there, providing parent input on the High Potential Advisory Committee for 2 years, volunteering at Discovery Day to welcome the incoming 6th grade class, being an engaged middle school parent through classroom volunteer opportunities, and supporting special events throughout the year. Quite a list. With that, in recognition of your extraordinary contributions, and with our deepest gratitude, I want to present you with your ACE Award.
Thank you so much. I was very excited when I got the call from Rick that I was receiving this award. I love District 206. I think it's just great. I have 4 daughters that go to school here and have since 2014, and I just feel like they're so lucky. Every time I get a call from Mary at Voyager or at the other schools, they ask me to volunteer. I can't say no. I just like to help out. It gives me a fun chance to pop in the schools and see my girls and get to meet their classmates and get to know the staff really well. So I've just enjoyed all the opportunities I've gotten to volunteer, and I was a teacher before I had my girls, so it's just a fun way to get into the schools again. So thank you very much.
Congratulations, Molly. I'd now like to take a minute to recognize and thank our Volunteer Education Foundation board members. Individuals that serve on the board are comprised of business and community leaders, parents, teachers, alumni, who share a vision of enhancing education in ALEC public schools. These individuals volunteer their time and talent to ensure that every Alexandria student has exceptional learning opportunities. The full list is in the luncheon program, but if you're in attendance, please stand so that we can recognize you. Board members. Yes. There's a few. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite Claire Anderson. She's a board member and also the academy coach here at the high school. And she will share a message about our foundation.
I feel kind of special. I feel like I have my own little Vanna over here, right, Pat? Love it. I was on Wheel of Fortune too, just in case you ever want that little tidbit out there. I didn't win anything. Thanks for the introduction, Kelly. Recently, the Education Foundation made an investment into a video that we're really happy to share with you here today. We really feel like it tells the story of our foundation's mission, and specifically our work around the funding that we do to raise money for teacher innovation grants. So at this time, we're going to take a little bit of time, about 3 minutes, to show the video, and then I'll share a little bit more.
In the heart of our community lies a dedication to educational excellence. The Alexandria Education Foundation partners with Alexandria Public Schools to provide financial support for unique learning experiences. Together, we're shaping dreams and building futures. With the generous support of our community, the Foundation's mission is to fund initiatives that ignite passion, unlock potential, and engage all learners and staff in the Alexandria Public Schools.
So thankful for the rock wall that we received. We're thrilled with enthusiasm, and we are literally ready to start climbing.
Yeah, climbing the wall is like solving a fun puzzle. We cheer each other on, and when we make it to the end, it feels awesome.
Our makerspace allows students to be creative, to engineer, and to be problem solvers. It encourages collaboration and imagination. We try to include things from arts and crafts, marble runs, even a Lego wall and gear wall. With all of these opportunities and activities, we are able to meet the needs and interests of all of our learners.
As a teacher, I've had an opportunity to receive a number of Ed Foundation teacher grants, and I've also had an opportunity as an instructional coach to work alongside teachers that have also received grants. The Ed Foundation grants have allowed myself and others to really grow in the opportunities that we can bring to our students in expanding the ways that they engage with curriculum, and also helping myself and others grow as educators.
We have this really cool new engaging project in my class where kids get to use their creativity. It's very engaging, there's competition, and they just have a blast with it. And I'd like to thank the Ed Foundation for all their support.
Racing our cars isn't about winning. It's about learning from our mistakes and learning how the cars work, how to innovate cars and design.
With the 3D printers, we are turning ideas into tangible reality, sparking creativity and imagination in every student. It has opened up a whole new world of possibility for my students.
These simulators have given us a great opportunity for students to practice flying before they step into the plane. It gives them the opportunity to see how the gauges and the instruments work together to provide a safe flight. And we really hope a lot of students start to take this forward and move with aviation in the future.
Flying the simulators is an experience. It feels so real, navigating through the skies and uncovering new perspectives with each flight. It gives students like me opportunities I've never dreamt of. It even inspired me to get my pilot's license myself.
Anthony and I gladly support the foundation, knowing that our donations will directly impact students. These grants support initiatives that further the mission and education goals of Alexandria Public Schools.
Let's continue this journey of innovation and empowerment. Join us by supporting the Alexandria Education Foundation, and together, let's keep building dreams one grant at a time.
So I would also like to say I am a proud Alexandria graduate, as is my husband who's here today. We have 2 children who are proud Alexandria graduates, and I've been an educator in Alexandria for 30 years. And so my passion for Alexandria Public Schools runs pretty deep. And I've been on the board now for a few years and really support its mission and think it's a great thing. So a few more comments here. The education's sole purpose is to support the foundation or support the educational goals of Alexandria Public Schools. We carry out this mission primarily by providing our innovative grants, which you saw a lot of evidence of in the video. Since 2009, though, I think this is a really awesome number to share, that our foundation has raised over $485,000 in grants for our students and teachers. And these grants, yeah, absolutely. These grants have increased a lot of learning opportunities, as you saw in the video, through whether it's an aviation simulator or a rock wall or many of the other things that you saw. And it really impacts students and staff, and it's impacted every single building in our district, which I think is also really cool. Our ability to support innovative, quality educational experiences in the classroom obviously depends, as any foundation does, on its financial resources. And so today, as we kick off our annual membership drive for the 206 Club, because we're District 206, right? We would call it 206 Club. The 206 Club is a dedicated group of supporters who really help this mission and support our integrative grant program, as well as our endowment fund. And so we encourage you today to consider making a donation. The membership is our foundation's primary way to sustain our funds and support all of our students and staff. The annual membership dues, if you didn't guess, are $206. Again, 206 Club. But we really encourage you to consider donating anything you're comfortable with. So we would encourage you to consider supporting renewing a membership if you're already a member, or making a donation of any amount that you're comfortable with. And to do so, you can either, there's a couple of ways. You can use the flyer that's at your table to Venmo the foundation. You can use the envelope that is also provided at your seat, or you can visit our website, which is alecheducationfoundation.org. And your tax-deductible gift to the foundation directly affects the academic life of students, both today and obviously in years to come, as we hopefully continue to do these grants for many more years. So again, we encourage you to join us and invest in excellence today and become a member. Thank you.
Thank you, Claire, for doing everyone's favorite task of asking for money. Okay, so now for the meat and potatoes of our program, the presentation of Hall of Fame awards. In 2007, the Education Foundation Board of Directors established the Alumni Hall of Fame to honor graduates or any staff or faculty member who has earned distinction or achievement in their chosen field. Anyone can submit a nomination, and we accept them year-round. That's on our website as well, alecheducationfoundation.org. The award criteria and nomination form, or the nominations submitted, remain on file within the board to review annually for future consideration, and we keep them on file for 5 years. And the Hall of Fame inductees are honored with a plaque permanently displayed on a Hall of Fame wall at the District Welcome Center. The 4 outstanding individuals that we induct today will join 49 other alumni, graduates, and staff who have been previously honored. The full listing is in the luncheon program, and it's our treat to have some of them present. If you are a past inductee, would you please stand to be recognized now? I know we have a couple. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to celebrate with us. As I introduce each honoree for the alumni class of 2024, I will give a summary of their career highlights, but I encourage you to take time to read their full bios in the luncheon program. Each honoree will have the opportunity to come up and speak for a few minutes, and I know that their voice and their story is what you're looking forward to hearing today. So let's begin. Our celebration today begins with the induction of 2 former educators, John Anderson and Tom Haugen, Jefferson High School band directors. John Anderson served as a band director at Jefferson Senior High School from 1981 to 1997. During his tenure, the JHS band program grew to include 4 audition concert bands, 2 jazz ensembles, pep band, and a 275-member marching band. The Alexandria Marching Band placed first in the Aquantennial Parade and performed during Cotton Bowl Parade in 1987, the Tournament of Roses Parade in 1990, and the closing ceremony of the U.S. Olympic Festival. In 1985, John, along with Jim Clayton and Ken Martinson, founded the Vikingland Band Festival, and he was chosen as Vikingland Band Festival Grand Marshal in 1994. In 1991, 4 Discovery and Jefferson concert bands were showcased at the Minnesota Music Educators Conference. Tom Haugen joined the Jefferson Band program in 1991. During the years these 2 men taught in the band department, the marching band placed first or second in 80 competitive parades and included trips to the National Independence Day Parade in Washington, D.C., the Fiesta Bowl, and the Tournament of Roses Parade. The growth of the band program had a significant impact on the growth of the Vikingland Band Festival, attracting the top high school bands to the festival. Additionally, the entire Alexandria Public Schools Music Department received the Minnesota Music Educators Association's Exemplary Music Program Award. Both John and Tom left the Jefferson Band program in the late 90s to pursue new independent opportunities, but their impact on Jefferson alumni cannot be overstated. John and Tom's Hall of Fame nomination was submitted by a former student who stated the following about the impact on her life. Their partnership was iconic. They were a duo that wasn't easily separated physically or mentally. What we learned from one, we learned from both. They pushed us to be the best musicians we could be and trusted us in our abilities more than we trusted ourselves. The music we played was collegiate level. Everything they touched turned to gold over their tenure. On that note, I would ask John to come forward and say a few words.
You know, it's interesting, every time I come I need to get that out of the way. Okay, thank you. Every time I come back to Alexandria, I feel like I just came home. I want you all to know that. And my wife and I, a couple of weeks ago, went down to Decorah, Iowa to see Tom Haugen and his wife Lola. And it's tough to see. Tom had a stroke about 3 years ago now, in December. And anyhow, his spirit is still Tom, and we laughed really hard. But it's difficult to see Tom. Tom lost the use of half of his body, and his long-term memories are very clear, and that's what we talked about. And it's difficult for him to get his thoughts out. So Lola articulates for him a lot of the time. And Lola wrote something on behalf of Tom. She's an amazing wife to Tom and knows exactly how he thinks and feels about everything. And I'm going to read this to you. I'd like to sincerely thank the Education Foundation, Alexandria Education Foundation, for their recognition of my years teaching in Alexandria. I have wonderful memories of working with the music staff, marching with the Alexandria High School Band in Minnesota summer parades, and traveling with them to the Washington, D.C. 4th of July parade, the Phoenix Fiesta Bowl parade, and the Pasadena Rose Parade. I was proud of the 4 concert bands and 2 jazz bands. Our pep band served as a great support for athletic events. Lola and I are so sorry to miss this reception. Having a stroke 3 years ago has left me homebound, but we are thankful I am able to remain at home. My memories are with me, and I thank you for the honor of being included in the Alexandria Education Foundation Hall of Fame. My message from Tom. As for me, my wife just said, I know Kelly said we get a couple minutes, and I've never done anything in a couple minutes if my mouth is going, if you know me. So anyhow, I've got a few thoughts that I want to share with you. This honor means a great deal to me, and before I'm done, I'm going to tell you why. But right now, first thing I need to say is this. I'm the one up here, but I look out and I see colleagues, the old crowd, the old timers that we all work together on behalf of kids, and there are a lot of you here today, and I really appreciate that. But none of the honors that you're giving with my name on this thing today are related to just me. It was a total team effort, and I just want to take a couple minutes and tell you about that. When I was first hired in Alexandria in 1981, got up to a great start, although there were some challenges at the time, but there was a mandate from the school board at that time that was very beneficial to the future success of the band and orchestra programs, and specifically that related to kids were expected to get lessons. And so we started with that, and that was part of the foundation of building a very, very strong music department. The administration, I was hired by Clayton Havda, Wayne Elton, and John Knowles. And I love those guys. And here's one of the unique things about all three of them. Repeatedly, they would ask me, John, what can we do to help you? What can we do to support you? And that, along with the school board mandate, was very, very helpful to us at the time. I've got two. Nothing starts at the high school to be successful unless something happens prior to that. Joel and Ellie down here, excuse me, they ran exemplary elementary and junior high band programs that by the time they got to me, they already had one heck of a head start. My challenge was to keep it going. But it was a total program. It wasn't something just that started at the high school. Please understand that. I had an opportunity to teach with some amazing teachers. One of the awards that you just heard about from 1994 was the Minnesota Educators honored the entire music program as being the exemplary music program in the state of Minnesota. Some of those people are still here right now. And I appreciate you guys coming too. Oh, thank you. The Alexandria community, I could tell you incredible stories about their support, but they really supported the entire program. Our booster organization, and some of the old crowds here tonight, again, gave kids an amazing opportunity. They took care of them health-wise during when the marching band was out. They provided all kinds of opportunities that we didn't feel comfortable asking the school for the resources to do that. So that group of people came up with the money to do that on behalf of kids. I'm sitting with Ron and Sarah Carlson. Part of the partnership again, Carlson Music made sure our kids had what they needed. They supported the band program over the years, over and over and over again. My point is this, because I'm going to talk about team again in a moment. This was a team effort. I'm the one up here getting the award. I acknowledge that, but I'm accepting it for all of you that are in this room, and if you're not too. One of the things there are so many great recollections I have of the 16 years I taught in ALEC and what we were able to accomplish on behalf of kids in the community, but I thought it might be fun for you to hear a story. And I'm going to use the marching band to tell my story because it involved all 4 concert bands. There were about 275 kids. And it was a magical 2 to 3 day period of time where if you've ever had in your life where the stars line up and everything just seems to work, this is one of those stories. The band was, in 1994, fortunate enough to be invited to the Fiesta Bowl, which is all about football, but also there's a band competition there as well for marching bands. And like in the State High School League in Minnesota, they have the different categories of schools. Alexandria, it's no different in marching band competitions. Alexandria was from the smallest school class. Ironically, we had the largest band there. So that was kind of fun. In State High School League competitions, they have a champion in each class in all the sports as the kids go through high school. In band competitions, they have that same thing, but for competitions like the Fiesta Bowl, they had what's called a grand champion or a sweepstakes winner, which is regardless of class, the overall winner. So the story kind of starts, the Fiesta Bowl, we were very fortunate to be given access to a speaker one evening. And so staff, parents, and all the students, over 300 of us, ended up in an elementary school gym with a speaker that was incredible. And he talked about teams and how they function, how they can work really well. We also learned why sometimes they don't work well. And the bottom line was, at the end of that hour and a half session, I could have asked our group, our marching band, to go and practice all night, and they would have gladly done that. So the night is over. We didn't do that, by the way. And we went back to our hotel room, and our hotel, and the next morning we got up. It was the day of the Fiesta Bowl parade. It was a nationally televised event at the time, and we did a 3.5 mile an hour parade. We competed, and then we went back to our hotels exhausted to kind of build up some energy, because they had a session for the kids that evening that involved a dance, a meal, and an award ceremony, so they could find out how they had fared. And I had a suite in this hotel at the time. It was an Embassy Suites. If you can remember, they have the balconies, and down in the middle there's a big pool. And I had a bunch of the staff and some of the parents. We were watching this rebroadcast of the parade on TV. And so here comes the Alec Band, and they just did fantastic. The kids were just on it. And part of that was from the night before. I know it was the energy that was created. And we're all sitting there and we're smiling and conversing about this as adults. And in the background, we start to hear some yelling. And then the yelling turned to screams. And I thought, oh no, our kids are out on the balconies and there's other guests in this hotel. And anyhow, and some of the parents are laughing because they were there, some of you guys, and anyhow, it just kept getting louder and louder and louder. So I thought, I've got to stop this. And I went out on the balcony, and the kids just kept pouring out, and pretty soon some of the guests in the hotel, they're joining the kids, and they're saying, well, what's going on? The kids are, so they start yelling and screaming too. And I don't know how long it was, but it wasn't real long, where it became apparent that these kids wanted the staff to go swimming with their clothes on. And I was out on the balcony, and being brave as I was at the time, I ran back in the room and locked the hotel door. LD down here said, you know guys, I can't swim. He went and locked himself in the bathroom, so he was double locked. Anyhow, I don't know how they got in. The hotel must have been in on it too, but they did get in. And with our clothes on, we were picked up and carried down to the pool and all thrown in. And I'm telling you, it was a happening. And we were not in control, and we didn't need to be at that moment. It was really a fun experience. That evening, to continue the story, we did have that we went to the program that was provided for the kids, and the end result was, to fast forward, they won the class for the smallest classification, but they also won the big one. So here's my prop. Here's a coffee cup, and on it says Fiesta Bowl Band Pageant 1994, Jefferson High School Cardinals Grand Champions. But the rest of the story is, for the last 30 years, I drink my cup of International Delight every morning out of this. So honey, I've got 30 more years of doing that. I have to make one last thought with you before I'm done here, and I apologize for taking so much time here. Something that is even more personal to me than all of the awards and all of the honors. I learned very early on in my teaching career that music was my vehicle to teach kids about life, about themselves, how things work, sometimes how they don't work, hard work, how to reach your capacity and potential. And so, folks, while it's really fun to be up here and hear all these things nice said about me personally, and now you know who's all involved beyond me, I appreciate that, but I want you to know what really matters to me after all these years, now that I'm a very seasoned individual rather than a young pup teaching back here, is the individual stories about kids, and they're behind the scenes stories that had nothing to do with music. And when I go to bed at night, when I'm by myself and I get up at 5 o'clock to drink my International Delight, that's the stuff that I think about. And that's the stuff that is actually the most meaningful to me. And so, as I said earlier, I was going to tell you why this award means so much to me personally, and it's this. Next to raising two absolutely amazing daughters, my years in teaching were absolutely the most important work I've ever done in my life. Thank you.
Well, darn. Thank you, John. It's pretty much impossible for me to not cry when I see other people crying, so I need to take a breath here. Okay, we have our next inductee. Merle Skip Hall graduated from Jefferson High School in 1962, where he was a three-sport standout in baseball, basketball, and football, playing quarterback when his team won the Resort Region Conference Championship. Following high school, he attended Concordia College in Moorhead and was a four-year letterman and member of that 1964 NAIA National Football Championship team. Skip was a highly successful prep coach at Henning High School before beginning a rewarding collegiate career. Skip coached Division I college football for close to 30 years. During his football career, he was part of 12 bowl games, 7 of which his team won, including 3 Rose Bowls. He was the assistant football coach at the universities of Missouri, Colorado, Kent State, and Washington, as well as the head coach at Boise State University. During his coaching years, he coached or mentored several highly successful head coaches at the collegiate level or the NFL, resulting in Skip being inducted into the American Football Coaches Foundation Wall of Influence. Skip then transitioned into the business world, recruiting and managing for Aflac, and starting his own financial services businesses, Hall and Associates. In the last decade, Skip has started and hosted a radio show, Game Plan for Life, and authored a book entitled Coach 'Em Up, published in 2021. Skip is very proud of his Cardinal roots, and for years would return to the area to spend as much time as possible with former coach Charlie Bash. Skip cannot be here today, but we do have a message from him that we'll play for you now.
Greetings, everyone. This is Skip Hall from Boise, Idaho. At the outset, I'm very sorry I couldn't be there in person. My wife, Virginia, who's also a 1962 graduate of Jefferson Senior High School, has been very ill. I would like to thank Kelly and the Alexandria Education Foundation for this special Hall of Fame induction. I would also like to thank Marcy, who befriended me when I first moved to LA in 1960, for accepting this award for me. Marcy was my first girlfriend in a brand new Jefferson Senior High School. I was a quarterback and Marcy was a cheerleader in small town USA. We grew up in the best of times with the best teachers, with the best music and the coolest cars. And every weekend we danced the night away. It felt like we were living in our own version of Cameron. Our daughter Susie was born in LA. And my brother Dwayne also graduated from Jefferson Senior High School. Rather than going into my bio information with you here, I believe Kelly will share this with you. You might be interested in obtaining, however, a copy of my book, Coach 'Em Up, The Skip Hall Story, on Amazon. It's about how the power of influence and encouragement changes lives. It's about coaching people up and not down. Instead, I'll tell you a story about a boy who moved to LA, who grew up without a father, whose life was changed by a teacher, coach, by the name of Charlie Bash. That boy was me. I played football and baseball under Coach Charlie and learned so much, not only about sports, but about life and how to treat people. By the time I was a senior, I wanted to be like Coach Charlie. My book is dedicated to him and others who've had a tremendous influence and impact on my life. Charlie coached us up, and I'm down. He inspired me to want to go into coaching and help other young men to succeed, not only in sports, but also in life. One of life's greatest blessings is making a difference in the lives of others. In closing, I'd like to dedicate this award to my wife, Virginia, who has been by my side for 60 years. For all the years that we were playing against the best players and best coaches and the best stadiums throughout the country, she was on the team player. I coached the players, and she encouraged and coached the coaches' lives. We both coached them up. We were a good team. Thank you again for this prestigious induction. I'm very honored and encourage you to follow this coaching. God bless you all.
As Skip mentioned, his former girlfriend from high school, Marcy Lobbs, is here to accept the award on his behalf.
My name is Marcy Osterberg Lobbs. For any of you that used to hang out at the restaurant, my dad was Tony. It is not what the world gives me in honor, praise, or gold. It is what I give the world so others can unfold. If by my work through life I can another soul unfold, then I have done what cannot be, made good by praise or gold. One tiny thought in tiny name, give a great one word, and if that thought was caused by me, I lived a life of worth. In his book, Coach Him Up, Merle expressed his desire to make a difference. He cared about his players on and off the field. He was Fonz before there was a Fonzie. He had the coolest car in town, a 57 Chevy. Merle and I played football together, both in high school in Concordia. He was my friend and quarterback. Obviously, he had to be my friend, or he would have never thrown me the ball. Bill Donnelly. I am so honored and humbled to accept this award in Merle's behalf. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcy. Last but not least, we have Pat Ellingson. Pat graduated in 1968 from Jefferson Senior High School. After graduating, he enlisted in the Army, serving his country during the Vietnam War. Between 1968 and 1971, he was decorated 3 times for heroism. Following his military service, Pat returned to Alexandria and started Ellingson's Plumbing and Heating, along with Tom and Renee Hills, in 1980. Pat and Tom worked tirelessly and employed many families in the area for decades. Ellingson's reputation as a standout business grew. Pat stepped into leadership roles such as serving as president of the Minnesota Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Contractors Association. In 2002, Ellingson's was honored with the Lakes Area Professional Women Large Employee of the Year Award, and in 2004 received a Contractor of the Year Award by the National Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Contractors Association. Pat's local contributions include 20 years of service to the Alexandria Fire Department, serving as past president of Viking Land Builders Association, and most recently organizing the Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans event. He is currently a broker-owner with Counselor Realtor in Alexandria. As a local business owner, entrepreneur, and community leader, Pat has dedicated his life to the Alexandria area and making it a better place for all. Congratulations, Pat. Please come up to accept your award.
She told me I had 3 minutes. And to talk about my journey, it'd take 3 days. But we'll do a 3-minute deal here. So first of all, thank you all for being here. I'm honored, humbled, and very surprised to receive this award. My God, 3 Rose Bowl appearances for a coach in the band. What the hell am I doing here? Unbelievable. I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for the support and encouragement of my wife, Jackie, my children, JD, Jeff and Steph, and Samantha, and my grandchildren. I got 9 grandchildren and one on the way to be a great grandpa. You know you get old, you know you're old when your son is going to be a grandpa. Crazy. Over the years, I missed a lot of family meals, school and sporting events, and assorted social functions. To my family, I may have been absent, but Dad and Grandpa was always thinking about you guys. As the radio commercial said, my life was consumed by Ellingson Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. I also want to thank my business family, Tom and Renee Hills, along with Josh and Rachel. They did a great job keeping me focused and tracking in my business. It was Tom and Renee who ensured the Ellingson Company ran smoothly. And a special thanks to some of my mentors, Bob Janke, Lloyd Andrews, Al Stefani, Scott Johnston, Mike Lillehagen, and I have to say Jeff Tim. I mean, he's going to get a big head, but I said it. Although my journey was a challenge of hard work, long days, and driving many miles between job sites, thanks to my family, close friends, and incredible coworkers, I was able to achieve my dream. So this award is really about them. When I returned from Vietnam, I knew I couldn't make a living being a door gunner. So I wanted a career to support my family and to make a contribution to the people in and around Alexandria. I'd hear stories about people who were going through tough times, and I wanted to help. I remember some of those same rough spots when I was growing up, and I knew sometimes people just need a little help to get by. I've been happy to assist, and I've made a lot of new friends along the way. And my 20 years plus with the Alexandria Fire Department helped cement my commitment to this community and the people who live here. But again, that meant many more hours away from family and friends. Now that I'm semi-retired, life is calming down. I sell real estate, I golf, and I fish to keep myself busy. One of my 20 partners at Council Realty was Linda Ellingson, a lifelong friend and classmate. I miss her. I'm also proud to fulfill the 20-year dream of organizing the Welcome Home Vietnam veterans. We had it right here in this building. It was a group effort with local Vietnam vets and community members, including a committee we put together: Tom Anderson, Doug Huska, Neil Melton, Carl Wittenberg, Russ Orlog, and Jeff Tim. Jeff Tim and I kind of dreamt about this thing 20 years ago, and we put it together, and it turned out pretty good. It was really good. In my new life, I'm now happy to take part in a lot of family functions that I missed out on. So again, my sincere gratitude to the Alexandria Education Foundation, and I want to thank Ron Carlson. This award means more to me and my family than you can imagine. So, I took my wife to Las Vegas for a special wedding anniversary. I can't remember the name of the hotel we went to, but it was a brand new one. We spent all kinds of money, got a fancy dinner we're gonna do, and the waiter comes up and says, "So, what's the occasion?" And I go, "It's our 20th wedding anniversary." She goes, "Nope, 19. So we left it at that. We made it the 20th, but Okay, that's all I've got. Thank you guys very much.
Claire, can you grab the raffle things? In closing, on behalf of the Foundation Board of Directors, I want to thank everyone in attendance for taking the time to join our celebration today, and I encourage you to support the work of the Foundation. Are the student ambassadors still here? They had to go. So Claire and I are going to draw quickly for the raffle boxes. Thank you for those who purchased those. So yeah, we'll draw. You should have a matching number. Here's for the activities. Oh, there's a lot. Okay, number 609602. Jackie? Great. Perfect. Okay, here is for the academics basket. This was the books and Cherry Street gift card. And Michael donated a couple of his books, so thank you, Michael. Oops. Okay, 609614. Jackie? No, okay. Molly, great, okay. And finally, the arts basket. So this includes Central Lake Symphony Orchestra tickets, 2 fall musical tickets, and also family passes for, they're putting on the Nutcracker Ballet this year in the PAC I think on December 21st. So if you don't win tickets, you should still buy them and attend because that's a cool event they're doing. Oh yeah, both of those are one. And you also get to take these home, whoever wins this. Okay. 609485. Oh, great, Sherry. Well, that's what we have for you today. A big thank you to the student ambassadors who were here but had to leave for volunteering their time. To the floral design class, they designed all and put together all of the floral arrangements that are on your table. You guys, one person from each table you can fight it out and take it home. Please do that. And the high school for hosting us today. And that's all we have. Thank you so much for attending. Have a good day.